Hi, thanks for joining us today. First of all, I want to thank everybody that's joining in, and we're doing just a little, I think it's our third year of a Christmas tutorial. My name is Vanessa Kiki Johanning. Everybody calls me Kiki. Um, I saw these originally. These are an adorable, you probably saw this in the beginning. I'll paste some pictures in there, but my sister came over and she showed me these things that she made, and they were so adorable. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to try to make it. And the fun thing about it is that the ones that she did, and I showed you in the beginning, was that she actually did these like 2 years ago, and they have held up just beautifully. And they are made with just lamb's ear, and you love the little softness of these. I'm gonna have to pause this video because I am coming to you from Birdsong Studio in Wisconsin, and in Sussex, Wisconsin, and I have the most adorable aviary with birds, and it seems like every time I start talking they just love to chime in. So I don't know, maybe they'll pipe down now, but sorry, I apologize for that in advance. From Birdsong Studio, I have parakeets and canaries, and they're just adorable. But getting back to our little project is that we just went out and we picked some of these, the lamb's ear leaves on them. Now, normally right when you get them, it's best to do this project like right after like a day, maybe 2 days, or immediately after you pick them. Now, these have been actually sitting here for a few weeks, and so they're a little bit not as fresh as that I would like them if you wanted to keep them longer. My other sister told me that she can keep them, like the florist can keep them in like a baggie with tiny, teeny little bit of moisture, she said, for a few weeks, and they stay very, very pliable. So we are going to try this here, and I'm just going to show you. This is probably the easiest tutorial that you'll ever see. I mean, like, this one has been out of, it's just been sitting here in a bowl for, I don't know, at least a couple weeks, and you can see it's still bendable. So this is what we're doing, is that we're going in here and we're just layering on the layers that go around. And I just call them like apothecary ornaments because they're so sweet. You can add some maybe velvet trim or a velvet bow on top of it or whatever, and they just look so natural and beautiful, even like on a white tree or a cream tree. And this is, we're gonna try to see if they work or not. Okay, I'm just using some Aleene's tacky glue. She also has used them with just hot glue and done like one piece at a time. Now I'm a little impatient, so I'm going through here because this Aleene's just kind of like stays in place. It's really not that much of a drippy glue. I really do like it a lot. And so I'm starting with the top here, and I'm going to just lay them down right on top of it. And I am going to wind up putting a little piece of fabric or something at the top of this, so I'm not really concerned about how much it is at the top. She has also went in before and painted the tops a bronzy color, or I think she actually did a gold one. So I'm holding it on here for just a minute, and that's probably why she does the hot glue. And she also trims the top. That's what another thing is, that she will come in here and trim a flat piece onto the top. So that's another little tip that she has. So I am holding it down for just a second. And if there's a piece that's, you know, coming up a little bit, well, you're going to come in here and lay another piece here on top of the hole. So let's see here. And she says it works better with like the smaller leaves rather than the larger ones. So it's just a matter of sitting down and you're making like a little puzzle, and we'll see how this all goes. Of course, I have glue on my fingertips. It doesn't bother me. I'm gonna come in here, lay down another piece, and you're doing like a mosaic pattern almost. So see, a piece broke off because mine are definitely dried leaves. So, but that's okay. Of course, I have to do it the difficult way first. That's just that's just the way that I do things. All right, I'm gonna bend that top part off, and I'm gonna push that in there. Hold it down for just a second. Oh yeah, that holds in there pretty nice. Very, very nice. All right, oops. See, my finger got glue on it, so it lifted it up again. So let me bebop off here again, and I'll get a couple done just so I won't bore you. So it's coming along pretty good. I'm just going real slow and pasting them on, going back, adding a little bit more glue. I did pre-glue some ones here too as I'm coming around now in my second layer. And so I think that's gonna just pull it all together as we put down the different mosaic layers of these lamb's ear. And lamb's ear is, in case you didn't know, I'm also a garden designer and a landscape horticulturist. And so lamb's ear is a perennial. It grows just beautiful in a lot of zones. And here's a smaller one, so I'm going to fill in this little area right there and just hold it for a second. And it's a nice, really soft. I love it around children. They can, you know, just feel it's very soft and velvety leaves on them. And what I really get a kick out of is seeing them right after a light rain, and the dewdrops just puddle on them, and they're so really, really cute like that. All right, so I'm going to just keep going around the edges on here and adding these on, and we are probably going to end up with it all covered. Yay! It's going to look so cute. And if there's any little pieces that are not covered, I have a trick for that too. So look, it's coming together. It looks kind of weird right now, but it'll be cool. So I wanted just to show you here is that I'm giving kind of a nice little generous amount on the back. If you mess up and it is, you put some on the wrong side, they're both fuzzy and they're both velvety. So that's okay. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to walk up to your tree, or if you put these in a bowl or whatever, and say, you know, like, oh my gosh, that one leaf looks funny. Nobody's going to say that. Oh my gosh. It's not the ornament police. So, all right, I just love how they just like magically all fit together. I think that is so cute. So I hold them down with just a second. That's why I'm skipping ahead so that you don't have to sit there and watch me. But it really doesn't take very long for them the glue to set in and to, you know, just make it form around any old ornament. These are just a plastic one that didn't fit my color scheme anymore. Like if you had any old ones that just didn't work, that's what you can use. So, all right, I'm going to put on this one. I'm just layering and layering and layering, and kind of the heat from your hand, and that forms it as well. So, oh my gosh, these are so cute. I'm just loving them. They're adorable. All right, look at that. We're almost done. And then at the bottom here, see, it's breaking and crinkling. But like I said, when you use fresh leaves, and these just last, it's just amazing that she was like so surprised. My sister Trina, she said she couldn't believe when she took them out of storage, and she just had them in like a whole mess of them in a plastic bag. And she said they looked as fresh as they could be. So They kind of remind me a little bit of like an artichoke, a little bit, don't they? That's kind of cool. So here's a little piece that's sticking up. So I'm going to put some glue in there, and I'll be back in a minute so we can show you another little tip that we have. All right, we've got her all together here now. Here is our ornament holder here on top. And this one can look, probably in an hour it'll be completely dry. But I'm just forming it with my hands, and it's so natural, and I just love it. Absolutely so cool. So another thing that you can do is you can add a little bit of dusting of glitter on top of it. And I love glitter that's a little bit of iridescent, so it's not like in your face. It just looks like we just have a little dusting of snow on top of it. So I'm going to do that next. Now I'm working on another one here. This one is a little bit bigger of, these are the glass balls that you can just get at Michael's or wherever. And it does work better if you have when you're starting off at the top, if you do a flat piece at the top. And so that was a little mistake that I made right there. I forgot to cut the top flat. But then it kind of works too if you have a bowl or something that this fits into. And I mean, the more that you do, the more that you just sit there and figure out a way that works for you. So I can come in here. I can break off my top so that it's flat, or you can use the scissors on that too. And then just lay it down just like that. And you're building around and around. Then your next one goes into the holes. I mean, I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but oh my gosh, this is going to be so cute. All right, here I am. Hope you can see this okay with the glare, but I'm just coming in and laying down some glue. It seemed like it was better. It was easier for me to do it with putting the glue on the actual bulb than it was to put it onto the leaf. So we live and learn, and we do how many of them, and it just makes it kind of a little bit easier and easier. So look at there. That was just easy as can be. And it seems like once the glue is onto the leaf, it bends on there really, really well as also. So I'm coming in here. I'm going to lay down another one. And when I get this one done, then I can show you how they look with just a little sprinkle of the snow on top of it. I wanted to show you this too, is that if you have some other leaves that you find interesting or that means something to you, then you can use those as well. And I adore ginkgo leaves. I have a ginkgo leaf ring and other ginkgo leaf jewelry. It's just something that that I love planting for clients, and love's going to tuck in some of those as well. So just an idea. It doesn't always have to be the lamb's ear. You can use different kinds of leaves on there as well, and it works really cute. So here on these ones here, I didn't want to go all the way around with it, so I just wanted to show you in case you only have so many any leaves to go around. So it's going to look kind of cool with half and half. Now I'm going to go in here and just sprinkle this on. Now my glue, I'm leaving a little bit of the glass ball show through here. I don't want it to be like solid. So I'm going to go in here and just pat some onto the lines on there, as long as the leaves are taking time to dry anyway. I'm just going to go around with that, and look, oh my gosh. Then I can sit there and see like some of the glass ball that's underneath of it as well. It's not glass, but it's plastic, but it still looks cute. Oh my gosh. I'm loving this. So now this one here, this one can go over here to dry. And I have my other one here, and I think what I'm going to do with this one, now this is snow. It's not glitter even. It's just snow from the dollar store, and I love how it's like iridescent. So I'm going to go in here with this one on the top of the thing here and just do a little bit of dusting around the top of it. I don't really want them to, on this one, to be in lines, so I'm spreading it out a little bit. I don't even need a brush. I can just do it with that. And then when it's done, I can also add like then a ribbon add to the top. So let's see here. I can just add a little bit more right on there. Oh my gosh. That is going to look so cute. I mean, you can hear me. Anytime I'm adding sparkles onto something, I get excited. So I hope I'm going to be doing some more tutorials on my YouTube page here. I'm also on Instagram under Vanessa Kiki Johanning. And I always am doing artwork. I have 3 studios here in Wisconsin, art studios on the property. And I'm just always making something, planting gardens and making artwork. So now look at this. Isn't that, oh, that is so cute. I just absolutely adore it. So we're calling these Apothecary ornaments. Thank you to my sister Trina for coming up with this great idea and for letting me show you the tutorial. And I think they turned out really super cute, even with the ginkgo leaves on there too. So on to the next project, and hope you have a wonderful holiday. Bye. Here is another thing that you can do with the toppers is that I just have some green toile and just little strips of it. And then I also have some antique gold trim. And so I just made a little crown at the top of it and sprinkled a little bit more of the snow. And then once that's dry, I can blow it off. And oh my gosh, it's gonna look so cute. And you know what? It just gives it that little bit of an elegant, vintagey look. So thanks for coming in.